Hey everyone, it's your buddy Crypto Profit back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about the last 24 hours for Vechain and jumping into the price predictions regarding Vechain, and a lot of talk about the really Vechain must go down before it goes up situation. I think, realistically that is not specifically always the case. We're going to jump into that though here in just a little bit regarding news, obviously, and the future of Vechain. So we do see in the last 24 hours, like I said, about a 12% price point, about a 0.37% increase. Taking a look at the last week, we see about an 8 to 9% decrease, continuing to push up, obviously, but in the last month, we have seen about a 45 to 46% increase. So a very good looking month altogether for Vechain, finding a nice recovery. A lot of people still complaining about, not enough to really make them happy. I will say, guys, realistically, we are just getting started on this bull market part two. There's a lot of months to come still. If we want to continue to see Vechain do very, very well, we're going to have to continue to, just be patient and see what really comes about with Vechain's updates. Obviously, like I said, a lot of good things going on behind the scenes. They talked about big things brewing multiple times, and they've got some great partnerships just recently. So we're going to cover some of those. We do see an $8 billion market cap right now for Vechain, and we actually take a look at the volume in the last 24 hours. We're seeing about a $790.9 million volume in just the last 24 hours. Seeing Vechain, by the way, is a cryptocurrency and smart contracts platform focused on supply chain management. It allows manufacturers to add sensors such as RFID tags to their products that can then record data onto the Vechain blockchain. If we actually take a look at the last year, we see a massive 648% increase, and obviously the all-time going to be an 816% increase. I do believe Vechain has a lot left in the tank. We are going to talk about what it needs to do before we see that rise up, though. So going into the actual crypto space as a whole, you are going to see Bitcoin at a little bit above that 48K range as it continues to kind of buckle and fall under that 48.6K that we were previously at. We actually saw a price of 49.3K just last night at about 9 p.m. So it's a bummer to kind of see this decrease continue to take place, but we've seen this multiple times, obviously, and 48.2K right there, August 27th at 4:05 p.m., and just a massive shoot up to 49,000. So things like that can happen very, very quickly. That's another thing to note about the crypto market. That's why I'll say right now, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research. Anything can happen in crypto. It's very, very volatile, and you'll continue to see that, obviously. If you could take a look at Vechain's prices here, just a push from 8 to 9 cents to 28 cents right back down to, this 12-cent range. It's always going to be very, very unpredictable. A lot of people like to say they can predict everything. Not always going to be the case. I've done a lot of TA myself, and over the years, a lot of TA is usually correct, but you can't predict everything. I do want to jump into the first tweet here, seeing Vechain and Producers Market. So congratulations to Keith Agoda and the Producers Market team for reaching 500 producers. Vechain provides blockchain integration for Storybird members, No See Food, and then obviously Oatman Farms as well. We've talked about this one in our last video. I just kind of want to re-mention it because this is a big deal. Obviously grabbing a couple different partnerships here with a couple different crews. We actually take a look at the Nether Eisenrich tweet, by the way. If you guys are not following Eisenrich on Twitter, definitely a great guy to follow if you guys want to stay up to date with Vechain updates and just partnerships and things you probably don't hear much about. So here they talk about Vechain and BWater DevCon. So this is a big upcoming event, September 4th, 2021. The senior blockchain researcher at Vechain Official will represent Vechain at BWater DevCon 2021 to talk consensus algorithms and POA 2.0. So you can actually take a look here into some of these pictures. You're not going to be able to see too much, but you can see the people involved, and obviously he's highlighted there in the middle. I do want to go back, though, and talk a little bit about this next article, because this one talks about Vechain's carbon footprint tool adding really that trust to pollution reporting. So a lot of people didn't have any specific information to back up their reporting, and now we see that with pollution reporting. There is a way to actually do it with Vechain. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are hugely polluting, something that is causing growing political trouble for this industry. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen recently highlighted that in her confirmation hearings, linking Bitcoin to pollution as well as crime. So in August 25th, the Medium Post, the Vechain Foundation, said that a big problem with carbon footprint reporting is that not all data can be proven legitimate or be independently verified, so that there is always a persuasive issue of distrust in carbon emissions data as well as lack of transparency. So using a public blockchain and Internet of Things technology to record this information every step of the way, from manufacturer to producer or even to customer, the software as a service platform will connect those really world-leading third-party assurance providers within Vechain's partnership network. So this is absolutely huge, and it's a growing issue that they have a solution for, and I think that's exactly why a lot of us are involved with Vechain. We believe in the long-term future of it. We understand the use cases, we understand the utility, and there's reasons to be invested. Here they actually talk about the new services targeting China first. The country's new battle against pollution is some of the worst in the world. Was a big factor in obviously China's recent ejection of all power draining crypto mining farms. Vechain Foundation also cited the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Exchange Representative. We actually talked about this earlier, but they also talked about who said, blockchain can contribute to greater stakeholder involvement, transparency, and engagement, and help bring trust and farther innovation to solutions to fight against climate change, leading to enhanced climate action. So there's, more to actually read into this article. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but like I said, there's basically a lot of reasons to, need this right now. We have a lot of people asking for something like Vechain. We have the answer, we have the solution. We just need to actually, push it out and make some partnerships, make things happen. So I'm excited for the future of Vechain, obviously, coming into the, utility and use cases part. But if we jump into the actual price indicators and, kind of the resistance levels as well as some of the big things people are asking for. So here we have Vechain on, FX Street, which is obviously not always accurate, but FX Street talking about Vechain price can fall farther as VET has yet to bottom out. So Vechain is on a downward trajectory. A red descending trend line is dictating price action again after buyers tried to break higher. Short term, a bounce might turn into a dead cat bounce. So if we actually jump down, a correction is inevitable and could send VET back up for a retest. So one thing to note is they believe it's going to go down before it goes up, and when it goes down, it will actually bounce right back up and retest a higher spot or, resistance level. I will say realistically, we are going to probably see it drop down a little bit and then, like I said, retest higher highs. We've seen, in the past, a lot of support come out from, people like Altcoin Daily with huge amounts of subscribers, huge amounts of following. And I think, realistically, with that kind of a following and that kind of a push, talking about September being huge for Vechain, we'll see what happens. September's, realistically been pretty terrible for crypto in the past. So we'll see what comes. We'll see what happens. But, realistically, I just want to kind of give you guys an update on what other people are thinking on Vechain, thinking that, we are going to see a drop before we retest higher highs. And, if you guys want more information on this, you could always ask me one-for-one. I talk to you guys, one-for-one all the time on Discord, Twitter. If you guys have my Patreon, I do, have Patreon levels now. So I just hit 100K, decided I should probably make one. So I do have a bronze level as well as a silver level and a gold level. And you can actually see a lot of the different opportunities here being exclusive market updates and news, pre-sale opportunities, low market cap picks, ICOs. I give it all. I even give you my portfolio trades and so much more here on this. And like I said, Twitter and Discord for exclusive one-on-one conversations regarding crypto. So you are going to be able to get some updates on crypto and things that a lot of people will be, asking for, I'm sure, are questions about Vechain, questions about, some of these just coins that a lot of people are bashing on. Also, a lot of people are hyping up. So we'll see what happens, and I'll definitely, like I said, keep you guys up to date through it all. I do want to jump back to the price predictions, though. If we go to the price chart of Vechain right now, we can actually give it a quick refresh and see that we are currently seeing a 0.71% decrease in the last 24 hours. Pretty much just a slight decrease, down from this 12-cent range that we were at. We actually were at a 13-cent range earlier in the day, but realistically, like I said, we're going to continue to see this kind of decrease down. We could see a retest at lower lows, but I want to say, Vechain's looking still very, very bullish in my opinion, with, a lot of people asking for this kind of solution and Vechain already having this solution, just needing to push out to, new partnerships and new things, make things happen. I think it's going to take place in the next couple of months. And I think we're going to have a lot of people very, very sad they missed out on this very cheap price of Vechain at 12, this 10 to 12 cent range. If we actually take a look at the all-time high in the last year, we saw it around that 28-cent range, April 16th at 8 p.m. If we actually take a look at the last year, though, that's what we're looking at now, 645% increase. I think by the end of the year, we could easily be seeing Vechain pushing 30 to 50 cents. And, we've seen that all-time high around 28 cents prior. 30 to 50 cents should be no problem as long as we do see things coming out of Vechain, continual updates, and obviously solutions being provided. Another thing a lot of people don't realize is if we go to Vechain, Vechain's been around since 2015. So they have countries all over the world, China, Europe, US, Singapore, and Japan. We've seen them do big things before. We're going to continue to see them do big things again. And I think, realistically, they've been around through bear as well as bull markets. So don't turn a blind eye to Vechain. I think it's going to continue to do big things. By the end of the bull market part 2, I think we could easily see Vechain pushing that price target of $1 that a lot of people have been hoping for and wishing for quite some time. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn notifications on. I'll see you guys all in the next one. And if you guys have not already, by the way, make sure to follow me on Twitter. I am trying to push the Twitter followers up. We are about 5,804 followers on Twitter. Trying to throw that that guy right on up, as we have 101 subscribers on YouTube, trying to even that out just a little bit if you guys could. Thank you again. I'll see you all in the next one.